The new 5th generation Micra is built on an updated version of the same V platform that underpinned the last version but has undergone radical change under the skin. Major mechanicals shared between the last Micra and the new one number only the engine mountings and the relative location of the car's pedals, some of the suspension components and the fuel tank. The new Micra has a power steering system derived from that of the Nissan Qashqai, a completely reconfigured chassis, wider axle tracks, a lower center of gravity, all new seats and interior, and a choice of engines and transmissions sourced from alliance partner Renault. For now, the most powerful of those engines is the 898cc turbo petrol 3-pot that also serves in the Renault Clio and Twingo, producing up to 94 bhp and 111 pounds-foot of torque on overboost. The Micra's cabin smacks of the same feather-ruffling ambition as the exterior. The quality of its plastic moldings is consistently high-end, although you do have to pay for a higher-end model to get the more colorful finishes and richer material touches of our Tenna-grade test car. The Micra's soft-touch roll-top dashboard and attractive chrome accents come as standard. Like its power steering system, the Micra's instrument pack comes from the Qashqai, as does the 5.0 and Color Drive Assist trip computer screen, and so both are a good size and supremely readable. Tight back seat space is the one serious black mark you can level out the car, although there's still enough room to get bulky child seats in and out easily. Otherwise, the Micra's is an interior that bears comparison with the very best. Both the 898cc turbocharged petrol version of the Micra and the 1.5-liter diesel were available at the European press launch, and both produce a nominal 89 bhp, with the entry-level 72 bhp 1.0-liter 3-cylinder petrol set to follow on. On performance, there's a softness to the engine's pedal response that makes it feel a little reluctant at first. Even at maximum torque, it doesn't pull quite as stoutly or feel as flexible or as linear as other downsized turbo petrols. Nonetheless, it does a very creditable job of motivating what's a relatively light Supermini, through a nicely weighted and agreeable 5-speed manual gear change. On ride and handling, Nissan's mission was to approach the agility and verve of a Ford Fiesta and the planted, rubber-footed composure and maturity of a VW Polo, an impossible brief, really. But, although the finished Micra doesn't end up beating either rival on their own terms, it does split the difference between them with some success. The Micra steers with more lightness and less pace than the Ford, but handles with similar fluency and feel, rides with a noisier, busier, springier gait than the VW, but with better isolation and absorption than most of its competition. It corners with good grip, crisp chassis response, fine body control and discreet electronic stability management, making a keen virtue of its compact size but obvious without compromise to its slow-speed ride. It's got a comparable understated kind of dynamic polish as the Mki Micra had, in fact, without managing to be particularly memorable or special.